I have actually visited a building in Furjan, 2 years old. When I went to the building, the client who was with me thought it was a 10-year-old building. Under 1 million AD is probably the most common query that we receive. And so I was making this entire series. There was probably the most exciting launch. Now, this is by Wasl. Now, to explain the importance of Wasl, we have the famous Mohammed Zohaib on board. I don't think a lot of people even know that it's a garment developer. Today, at some point, we're going to discuss who the garment developers are. So people understand, see, if you have the opportunity to invest with a garment developer, why wouldn't you choose that, right? And then probably we'll have a discussion on difference between a garment and a private developer. What are the pros, cons? But just to start, and one more point. See, these launches that we're going to talk about in this video today are extremely hot launches, and we're going to talk about the most prime locations in Dubai. If you are even marginally interested, you will have to call us today because we'll have to submit these products that we're going to talk about today are going to be sold out in the next week. So you probably, from today's date, please put the date on top and know we're going to discuss the most prime investment opportunities under 1 million AD. Mohammed Zohaib, Al-Wasl. Please explain the importance of Wasl, the history of Wasl to the audience.
Everybody knows Wasl developers.
They don't.
No, because I'll tell you why they don't. It's because...
We know.
Okay, now I'll tell you why. A lot of people, because when it comes to malls, example, or community malls, a lot of them are managed by Wasl.
Okay.
In particular, they're managed by Wasl Leasing. You see their boards everywhere because they are actually a property management company as well. So if you have apartments or a building, for example, not apartments individually, but buildings in particular, they take them and they manage everything. They also have another division where they have their own properties.
Correct.
Their own community malls as well.
Right.
So people usually tend to think that, okay, this is entirely commercial. Yeah, they just started going into freehold recently.
No, there are a lot of developers. See, maybe some of the top developers don't market themselves like a Damac or a Sobha or an Ellington or an Emaar. So they don't know them. Now, I'm going to give one example, one story. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's very important. I had an Australian developer once who came, okay, and he was particular about quality. I mean, he was so particular. I mean, he went to the residences in Meydan, which is on the canal, developed by Nakheel, full lagoon view. It's
Naya.
Blue District.
District in Naya, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful, right? He didn't like the quality of construction. Then he went to Sobha Heartland, okay? He liked the quality of construction. He was like, no, I don't like these wires. You know the wires? Electric wires, electric cables that go across.
Which area?
In Heartland 1.
Ah, yeah.
The electric cables. He's like, this is a health hazard. Okay.
He is right in a way.
And then when he asked, literally he asked everyone, including the management, they were like, they were just giving him, blah, blah answers, nothing concrete. They were like, oh, it'll go underground. When? We don't know. Then we went to the Wasl building. And he was like, this is phenomenal quality. Like people don't know, okay, when everyone talks about quality, they talk about Ellington, they talk about Sobha, but Wasl's quality, Wasl's property management. No, yeah. Wasl, see, now I've also grown up in Dubai. Wasl is a part of our history as well. We grew up in Wasl buildings and we know that they were the top-notch buildings, right?
I mean, so since you know that you could see their boards everywhere, that Wasl Leasing, contact us for whatever, and so on.
I don't know
that
why
was what Wasl was.
Technically, Wasl is at the level of an Emaar or one of the top...
In regards to quality?
In regards to quality, in regards to magnitude, how many buildings does Wasl have? 500?
Managed.
Developed as well.
Some are owned
developed
by,
as well.
by Wasl, but managed, yes.
But correct. Developed as well.
Developed, I mean, for freehold or just in general?
In general.
Oh, it's a lot.
More.
Definitely a lot.
More.
Yeah.
More.
It's a lot. I mean, it's a very big company with a lot of staff as well. It's
and
not something
top
small.
spec management. Now, see, another aspect that people don't understand. So today someone was like asking me, what do you think about this product? I'm like, see, when I look at a product, it's not just about, okay, building material, floor plan, okay, construction, history. Another aspect people don't see is, okay, after the building is developed, look at the building after 1 year, look at the community after 1 year. What is the situation in the community? Are the ceilings leaking? Have you seen?
True.
I have actually visited a building in Furjan. It was just, I think, 2 years old. I won't mention the developer, but when I went to the building, the client who was with me thought it was a 10-year-old building. If you have a bad developer, a brand new building can look like a very old building very soon.
Very true. Very true. And I actually know a few developers that actually are very actually big in the game. But when it's something
post-handover maintenance, like property. See, that's what Emaar scored, right? See, Emaar's, for example, one of the first buildings they launched, or original 6 towers. Till date, if you go, it feels like a Medina Jumeirah. It's phenomenal the way they managed it.
Size-wise, quality-wise,
beautiful.
You can feel it that it's quite strong.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the sense like nothing's gonna knock this down.
100%.
A gust of wind, nothing is gonna.
Beautiful.
You know, it's like it's stable.
It feels high end.
True.
It feels high end.
True.
So Wasl's new launch. Can you please talk about the launch?
So they're coming up with a new tower now.
Okay.
Launch is going to be mid-February. Exactly, it's going to be on the 13th and 14th of February.
Okay.
Whenever Wasl launches anything, it always gets sold out on the launch itself. Now, their booking mechanism and strategy is very different. They still go on the token system.
Right.
Yes, every launch that I've been to recently from Wasl, they've changed the procedure slightly, but nothing drastic. But it's still the same in the end.
Yes.
You get a token. And to get a token, you need to be ready with, you need to be organized.
Your documentation.
With all the documentation. Whoever's buying as well needs to be on standby with the payment link. That's a very important and crucial thing.
Fun fact about Wasl, most common buyers are end users who have lived in Dubai for more than 20 years.
Correct.
They will invest only with someone they trust. There's a big difference between the new buyers who are investing from, let's say, US, UK, but the traditional buyers who have lived here all their life, they would be more comfortable. So that means in a Wasl launch, 80% of your buyers are end users.
Correct.
And that means when the property is being, let's say, handed over, there'll be very limited supply available to sell, and that's when your prices will increase.
Very true.
It's a very, very important. People don't understand. Now, let's say, again, I won't name a developer.
Don't give any names.
I will not give names.
Just talk about the developer. Okay.
In their case.
Developer X.
Developer X. Okay. Major number of buyers are investors. So when all of them try to put their stock onto sale,
obviously they're just
that's when the prices are like just.
Yeah, they're giving too much supply at once.
Things like these people don't assess, you know. Like, see, when I see like a launch where there are 7,000 units or 3,000 units, for me it's a red flag, you know.
Obviously, it's just a lot. I mean, there is another developer I know. I remember once he told me, "You should take something here," and I said, "Okay." And he was like, I said, "How many units do you have in this project?" He's like, "About 1,500. I looked at him and I was like, "And you're telling me that you're almost sold out?" I said, "No, Tower 1. I said, "Ah."
And people are like, nobody asks who are the buyers, who is buying.
True.
You know, this Wasl launch. What is the location?
Trade Center roundabout.
Okay.
Do you know the Salat building that's there?
Yes.
Literally behind it.
So Wasl 51 is also there?
No, Wasl 51 is on Wasl Road.
Oh, sorry. But there's a Wasl building there. What is the name of that Wasl? There's a Wasl building there.
Oh, there are like 3. There's
3 Wasl buildings.
Yeah, there is Park Views, I think. Park View Towers, A and B, something like that. There are basically, I think, about 3 buildings there.
Because that's the building I went with that Australian client, and he loved the quality and the finish.
Yeah, a lot of people. And that was actually, a lot of people I know that bought in that tower are actually living in it.
Of course.
Like they're not not keeping it to sell or to rent out. No, they're living in it.
So are we safe to call that area Zaabeel? Is that Zaabeel?
I mean, it's literally close to it. But
it is Zaabeel.
It is not Zaabeel. It's called, that area is actually called Kifaf.
Kifaf.
Yeah.
But right next to Zaabeel.
Right next to Zaabeel.
Right?
Yeah.
So distance between, let's say, this tower and One Zaabeel,
It's like 2 minutes.
2 minutes walk. Right?
A 3-minute walk.
See, the importance of this location is that apart from One Zaabeel, which is probably the most beautiful building in the world, is that there is an address Zaabeel 4 towers, like an address community coming up over there. The World Trade Center exhibitions are going to move to Expo. So the traffic situation will be a lot more under control over there.
True. And as well,
Yeah.
don't forget the construction. That roundabout that has been there for like
Forever.
forever.
Yeah.
They're breaking it down. I mean, not break. I mean,
They
yeah,
are?
it already got announced like about what 4 or 5 months ago, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know what they're going to do there.
They're basically, I mean, they're gonna make some kind of, you know how you have to salute RTA, how they just come
it's
up with
amazing.
something.
It's
So
amazing.
it's not gonna be a roundabout anymore. So they're gonna have like ways going under, or I think over, something like that.
You know, of my, let's say, 30 plus years in Dubai, I think that was the scariest roundabout. I was always scared of that roundabout. It's a very scary roundabout.
Because there's a lot of entries and a lot of exits.
I think most of the accidents I've seen, it's either in 311 or that roundabout. The silliest accidents I've seen is in that roundabout.
That roundabout, yeah, you're right.
I'm happy that roundabout is being changed.
So it's going to reduce a lot of traffic.
You know where else I've seen this? In front of Dubai Hills. You remember that big roundabout in front of Dubai Hills? In Saqim, there was a large
massive,
roundabout.
Yeah, where it was Algoz and the other area.
So I'll tell you another important fact, okay? So when Dubai Hills was being developed, people made fun of that location because of that roundabout. It was a big roundabout. It's so much, because on one side it's DIP, on the other side there's Sakim, there was Hassa Street, you know, it was a big, ugly roundabout, you know. And when that roundabout was fixed, today you don't see anything about it.
Yeah.
And the value of Dubai Hills, 3x.
All the people that were very skeptical in the
3x.
before, exactly, 3 times. 3 times.
You know, people don't know this, right? I'm sorry. See, so the new company that we have formed is called 3X Capital. We'll be talking more about it on later stages, but okay. Okay, so Wasl, Zaabeel, okay, Kifaf, prices.
Starting is 1.5 for a 1-bedroom. Square feet is around 770, I believe.
That's how a 1-bed should be.
Yeah, but then keep in mind about the balcony as well. Probably, let's say 700, or you're saying 690.
Wasl now is going to keep a 70 square foot balcony. It's normally 35 square
let's say
foot, 40
50.
square foot, 50 square foot.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing I've observed, Wasl doesn't play by the rules like private developers. Like in terms of like private developers, you'll find 500 square foot 1-beds. When the market was booming, they would change their standards because any which ways it's a booming market. Why should we sell top quality floor plans? Let's just make 500 square foot and sell more. Wasl has never compromised on quality, and I admire
Absolutely,
that. I
yes.
admire that. You know, they don't, because they're so financially solid because of more than 500 buildings that they manage. They're not desperate. They live in their own. Because I remember this building in these 3 buildings they're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was sold when the product was ready. It was not sold until they were selling it as ready apartments.
Correct.
They had the financial capability to construct the whole building and then sell it. They didn't even want funding. Which other developer does that?
The developers that are very quick,
Yeah.
Wasl is one of them. When it comes to private developers, there are some private developers as well. That
Quick
are
is
very
not a
quick.
good thing. Quick is not a good thing.
True, because then it
Compromises.
compromises the quality.
Correct. Here, I want to explain the financial, like how sound the finances are of Wasl.
It's solid.
And so they completed the whole building, then started selling it, and then it's when it's sold out because they want people to come and see their quality.
True.
Okay, so 1.5 million 1-bed. Okay. 2-bed.
2-bedroom is about 2.3 million.
Okay.
And it starts at 1,200
Okay.
roughly to 1,700, depending on the unit type and so on.
Understood.
3-bedroom is at 3.2 million, starting at 2,400, I believe, square feet. And there is a 3-bedroom duplex as well,
Right.
and a 4-bedroom duplex.
and about the sort of facilities? I mean, are there F&B, retail, any retail spaces?
There's a lot of, what's nice about that area in particular, Kifaf, where all these buildings are clustered together.
Correct.
There's a lot of nice space to do a lot there. I mean, they have their own community. They have a lot of amenities which are very nice. I mean, you're right next to Zaabeel Park, which is quite big.
That's amazing.
Like literally right next to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in Zaabeel Park, you always have these community functions. Like today, there's a concert happening there as well.
True.
A lot of barbecues.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a really nice
It's more
family
like,
area.
you know, like more family.
Yeah, you have these yoga sessions, group yoga sessions,
So
group therapy sessions.
what I did here was that I think, maybe if I'm not mistaken, is that they're going to make that place like into some kind of hotspot where, you know, it'll be live. It'll be a lot more lively.